Phew, I thought I was going to break the table then. That's right, it's a dartboard. It's the newest dartboard from Winmau. It's the 360 board. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this a bit differently. I haven't been briefed on this. I'm going to just simply open the box and see what's what, react to it as I see it, but then we're going to do it properly. I'm not going to read off any spec sheets or anything like that. I'm already struggling with packaging, which is very on theme for me. And then I'm going to use it, but I'm going to use it hard. We're going to come back in a couple of days' time and see what it looks like after I've given it an absolute battering. Now, anyway, to even... Yeah, I really should have thought about bringing some scissors or a knife. But once again, I am ill-prepared with that. All right, here we go. So I've been given the basic information about the board, but that's pretty much it. I've not been told any specifics. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a Blade dartboard, so it should be good. You know, the Blade series has been going on since 1997, and that's how old I am. I was born in 1997, so the Blade series is 28 years old. So it's a bit of a weird feeling to have a dartboard series that's as old as you, but anyway, right, let's have a look. I don't plan on keeping this box, so I could just rip it up, and we're going to do the smart thing. I'm just going to slide it out. Slide to the right. Okay, don't need that. Okay, so immediately, let's have a look what the difference is. So it's going on about 10 rotations. So this dartboard looks like it's got branding all the way around. Yes, it does. It's got branding all the way around the dartboard. It says 360, PDC, and Winmau. So every time you turn the board, it'll look symmetrical. I'm assuming that's the line that they're going with that. And it's got... So it's got 6th generation blade technology. So let's get that out in the open straight away. 6th generation blade technology, it means it's a Blade 6 triple core technology. That's what's on this dartboard. It's given, I'd say it's almost like a car that's got a facelift version, or you know what I mean? It's not a complete brand new evolution of a dartboard, but it's a step in the right direction. I think that obviously Winmau will make another dartboard down the line. That'll be an absolute stormer. Oh, jeez. Right, let me do this properly. Well, let's have a first gander at this. Let's have a gander of it in insane detail. Are there any imperfections on the dartboard? And just having a quick glance, no, there aren't. This is a pretty perfect dartboard. All the wires are flush. All the segments feel good. There's no indentations or anywhere. Yeah, it's good. It's as it should be. That's the important thing. That's the, you know, when people get new dartboards, they're often looking, is the wires not right? But yep, this one is bob on, as we say. Right, let's have a look at what it actually looks like. And there it is. You know, it's a dartboard. They all look the same in the sense of this is what you see. How they feel, though, completely different in terms of throwing, the sound and whatnot. We're going to find that out later, see if it's any different at all. You know, I'm just reading it on the back. It's got the Blade 6, the 6th generation Blade technology on it. So it transfers over from the Blade 6 to this. The only, you know, fundamental difference that you can actually see is this stuff around the edge. It's the branding, it's the new graphics. It's got some, so we've got the Winmau logo, and we've got the PDC logo, and we've got the 360 logo as well. So whenever you turn it, there's always going to be something at the top of the board. Now that bothers some people sometimes because, you know, normally, traditionally, dartboards have got one at the top and one at the bottom, and that's it. So when you rotate it, it kind of looks off. And if you're someone that cares about detail like that, then you'll really appreciate something like this. You know, I think that in terms of, you know, Winmau and other manufacturers as well, it's the way that premium dartboards are going. I think that down the line, the vast majority of premium dartboards from every manufacturer, not just Winmau, will have some sort of symmetrical outer edges. In terms of the actual colour and whatnot, I don't mind it because it doesn't stand out too much. Now, the danger you have with some of them is when it's very busy, so to speak. There's a lot of it. You know, there's one on every segment. You've got 20 different logos. So you can't have them too out there, and I think they've done a good job with that, because if it's too out there, it distracts you. Like, I've played on a couple of boards where it's got branding all over the board in different random places, and it's so bright, you can almost, if you throw a dart, your dart can almost get lost in it when you're going for a double. It's such a weird feeling. But yeah, I'm impressed with how it looks. So I know what you're thinking. It's just a Blade 6 with a bit of graphic design on the edge. It's a little bit different. Yes and no in that sense. So it comes down to a question of what do you prefer aesthetically on a dartboard? Because the technology, the wires, the Sisal? I don't know how you say it. Anyway, the material that the dartboard is made out of is the same on both boards, and that's absolutely fine. The one thing you need to decide is, do you prefer a really, branded outer ring with all the logos on, or do you prefer something more traditional, just with top and bottom, and that's it? But ultimately, the thing that separates bad dartboards from good dartboards is got nothing to do with how it looks, nothing to do with the graphics, nothing to do with anything aesthetically. It's all to do with durability, longevity. They tie into each other. They're the same thing. How long do the dartboards last? Do they heal okay? How do they look after you've thrown them? Because when they're out the wrapper fresh, most dartboards look the same. But it's only once when you actually throw on them, they all start to change different. So we're going to find that out. I am going to throw on this for the next 2 days, and I'm going to throw on it relentlessly. And I mean relentlessly. So, this is my job. So I'm going to throw, 6-7 hours a day on it for the next couple of days. I'm going to use 2 different sets of darts. I'm going to use Luke Humphries TX1 darts. One is going to have a smooth set of points, and one is going to have a rough set of points. I'm going to batter every single segment I possibly can. All the popular ones that, you'd go for normally, 20s, 19s, 18s, bullseyes, tops, double 16, all the segments, I'm going to absolutely nail them. And then once that's done, I'll give you a verdict of what this board's actually like to own. So now you join me 2 days later. Let's see how the Blade 360 has gotten on with the test. I've absolutely pummeled this board over the last 2 days. I must have put in about 16 hours worth of darts. I'm not even kidding. I've done 2 days of 8 hours, absolutely peppering the board as much as I could. My shoulder is absolutely killing me, which means I'm probably doing something wrong. But less about my throwing technique and more about how the board's handled it. I use these really, really aggressive points as well, which I would never dream of using, but the board's handled it really, really well. The Sisal, or the Cecil, however you say it, it's handled it super well. It's not like weeping out the board, oozing out the board. The treble 20 looks practically brand new, which is mad because I must have hit about 25, 30 180s in the last 2 days. I've always been in and around it. And my darts, like you'll see here at the bottom of the treble, like just underneath the treble 20, that's where the most damage is to the board, so to speak, where you can see where it's been affected. That's where most of my darts go. They go just below the treble 20. I always go just below. So that's where most of the Cecil damage is from where I've been throwing. But considering how many darts I've thrown in that one particular spot over that length of time, with the points I used as well, it's handled it really, really well. And one other note, the bullseye. Now, bullseyes on dartboards tend to be a bit weird for me because they're the hardest point of the board, and it's where I get the most bounce outs. My points seem to fall out of the bullseye. I think it's the way I throw my darts. I flick them a little bit, so they have a tendency to hit the bull and immediately fall out. But on this board, no. I didn't have one bounce out on the ball, which is great. And, it might just be pot luck, because sometimes when you buy a dartboard, it does come down to that. You don't know where the dartboard's being stored before you've even bought it. That's why you should always buy boards from specialised dart shops, never from places that don't solely deal with darts, because you don't know how they store their boards. And a lot of it can come down to that. If they store their dartboards in really bad conditions, then it's sort of half ruined before you've even got it. It's a good tip, that. But as for this board, it's like an old diesel engine. It's never going to let you down. That's why the Blade series it's got such a good reputation. The Blade series from 1997 all the way to 2025 and beyond is still going to be mega popular. I expect this board to be super popular. It comes down to a question of which one do you prefer? Do you prefer this brand new branding that goes all the way around the board, or do you prefer a more traditional one? Wow.